Hello everyone, this is Paul from Ortho Eval, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a physical therapist. I've been a PT for approximately 29 years now, and I want to talk a little bit today about TENS. Okay, we often hear how TENS can help decrease pain, and now you can get TENS units just about anywhere, and some folks don't really understand why you use it. There are a lot of people out there who claim that TENS is really not helpful in the long run, but I do want to explain why it's important to use, when it's important to use, and who will benefit from using a TENS unit. Now, we can go on for hours about TENS and electrical stimulation. I used to teach about electrical stimulation at a collegiate level, and but I want to kind of break this down. I want to make this a little bit easier to understand, so that if you do use a TENS unit, you understand why you're using it. Okay, and so the first thing I want to do is I want to thank the folks from MedCore Professionals for letting me use their Chattanooga primary unit. Really nice little unit. There are many different types out there. Some have some features that work better than others, but thanks guys for letting me use your unit for today's demonstration. So what does TENS mean? TENS means transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. So there are many different types of TENS units out there. A lot of people associate a TENS unit with a small box like this, but there are larger units that do interferential current or NMES, Russian stimulation. Those are all forms of TENS, okay? Now, there are different types of currents out there, and when you get a TENS unit like this, they have currents that are pretty much set up to help control pain, oftentimes acute pain or chronic pain. Some units are made to also increase muscle activity. So if you have a muscle that's not working well, you can get that muscle to contract. Today we're going to be talking about pain control only. Okay, so there are a couple things you need to remember when talking about TENS and when using TENS. You need to make sure that you don't have an undiagnosed problem, okay? So you should know that you have tendonitis or a muscle spasm or a herniated disc, or you should know what your diagnosis is. If you don't know what the diagnosis is, it's not a great idea to be using TENS. You shouldn't be using TENS and putting electrodes, over the neck area. You shouldn't be putting them through the head. You should not be putting it through the chest or around the heart. We kind of want to avoid those areas. If you're pregnant, you want to avoid using it around the belly area. TENS is an electrical device, okay? It has a 9-volt battery that you put in it. Some of them are 2 AA's. And it is an electrical device. You want to avoid using this around water, okay? You don't want to be taking a shower with this on. And a lot of people typically will put this on the side of their belt. It's possible that when you sit on the toilet, pull your pants down, it could fall into the toilet. You need to be very careful that you don't let that happen, okay? TENS, the key behind TENS is that we want it to decrease your pain, right? So I tell people that TENS is kind of like if you have an injury, let's say you struck yourself with a hammer and you start rubbing it, it feels better when you rub it, right? Well, the way pain works is there are nerve fibers that send messages to your brain, and there are a couple that send it pretty regularly, and it keeps sending that message of pain to your brain, so you're feeling this discomfort in a certain area. What we want to do, just like rubbing the area all the time, is we want to kind of trick your brain a little bit, and so what we do is we stimulate certain fibers that kind of turn off that pain message. And no different than rubbing the arm. Obviously, you don't want to be rubbing the arm all day long, so using a TENS unit can be very helpful with that. The other nice thing about TENS is that it's not addictive. It's not going to ruin your liver, your kidneys, your stomach, or anything like that. It's very, very safe to use. You don't want to be using it with any electrical implants or devices. And again, all those body parts that we talked about earlier. I don't like to use TENS over a big open wound, just so that you can keep that wound nice and clean and not mess up your electrodes. So basically, your TENS is going to be a unit kind of like this. The idea, in my opinion, about having good success with TENS is being compliant. And if a unit is too complicated to understand or use, then you're not likely to use it as often, okay? So one that is very simple and easy to use can really build your compliance, and you can get a lot more pain relief out of it. Now, I don't like for people to become dependent on TENS, just like becoming dependent on medications or massages or soft tissue passive treatments. But we do have a lot of people out there who have chronic pain, and it's difficult to get through your day or to function sometimes because that pain is just so bad. And maybe you've tried everything out there. TENS is a great way to get that to settle down a little bit and to control it. TENS can also be used for acute pain. So let's say you've just sprained your ankle. It can be a great way to settle down that discomfort. Now, a lot of people are using this post-operatively, like right after surgery, to help settle that pain down so you're not taking so many medications, okay? So it's a great way to help control your discomfort and very safe in general. So a couple things you need to remember when you unpackage your TENS unit. Always read the instructions. Most of them come with it's a battery operated, so you put in your battery, and it comes with a couple sets of leads like this. So we'll throw our glasses on here just so we can see this a little bit better. And usually 2 sets of leads. Oftentimes you'll notice that on the end of the leads you have 2 different colored electrodes, and sometimes you need to just kind of, this is kind of close, so you just need to kind of spread that wire a little bit so that you can spread where you put your pads. Right, like that. Usually your unit will come with a set of pads that look, pretty much like this. They are reusable. It's important that once you have used your pads and you're done with them, you put them back on this piece. One side says no, the other side says on, so make sure you put it on the side that says on. It will stick a little bit better, and it's very important that when you are done using your electrodes that you put them back inside the package and you seal it up. It's got a Ziploc type seal. You seal that back up, and it'll keep the electrode a little more moist, and it will re-stick and be reused a lot easier. If you get to a point where they're not sticking very well, putting a drop of water on here and just kind of spreading it around will increase the jelly sticky stickiness of the pad, so it will stick a little bit better. Some things to remember, this isn't going to work very well if you put it on an area that you've put lotion on, okay? You're going to lose your stickiness really fast, and therefore you're not going to be able to use your electrodes for very long. The other thing is that if your skin is really dry skin can cause resistance. And as a result, when the electricity is trying to go through your skin, if it's hitting a lot of resistance, it can be a little less comfortable. And so remember that, sometimes a moist hot pack will help to improve the conductivity. And so therefore the TENS will be much more effective and efficient for you. If you're doing it over a very hairy area, like on my arm, you're also going to get a little less contact. So if you're going to be using it on a regular basis, there's nothing wrong with shaving that area, just so that you get a nice contact on the skin. If your electrode is not touching all over, okay, and maybe it's kind of up like this, you can see where it's not getting good contact. You want to make sure that you push that on, and even a little piece of tape just to make sure that it stays on, because if you're not getting good contact and it's sticking out like that, that could also make it a little less comfortable. Okay, so those are just little tips to make using a TENS unit a little bit easier. As far as getting it set up, you take your leads and I always start with one from one side first. So I've got red and black, and I'll keep them on the pad for now. And then I'll do the other side. There really aren't any wrong ways of setting up a TENS unit as far as where your pain level is. Let's say that I'm having discomfort in my forearm. I'm going to use this side just because I'm a little less hairy there. You take your pad off, and we'll just say that my area of discomfort is right here where this little black piece is. I might want to go diagonally from one lead and then to the other side so that they crisscross. Okay, so let's say my problem is right here. I want to crisscross those electrodes, and that way I find I can just get a much better coverage and much better pain relief when doing that. So when you turn your unit on, it's usually there's a little power button, and it's pretty simple. You just hit that power button, and it will typically come on to the program that you used before. This particular unit has several programs. The first 6 or 7 is more for pain control. Then you can use some for muscular re-education. And this particular primary unit has the Han TENS program, which helps to release your own natural pain relievers, endogenous opiates and endorphins. So you can pick the one that works for you. Okay. So what I tell people is, use different programs and find what works the best. If I was to get technical about this, we would use different parameters, but for the general public and for general use of TENS, usually your first couple programs are the easiest to use. So I'm just going to go into program 1, and as you can see here, there is a plus button and a minus button, and you just increase the intensity. And I always tell people, just do one at a time, and you're just pushing that lightly. And so what I'm looking to feel here is a comfortable, fuzzy, tingling sensation, okay? When using TENS or any type of electrical stimulation that is for pain control, it's not about the more stimulation you use, the better. It's all about getting that sensation, no different than rubbing a sore area, okay? So I tell people comfortably fuzzy is what you're looking for, okay? Getting a little bit of a contraction there, so I'm going to lighten it up, and now I'm getting a nice fuzzy sensation. And then there's a timing mode. Some of these have preset timers on them. I like to go about 30 to 45 minutes, and you just put it on your belt, and then go ahead and use it as you need it. Now, let's say that you are setting this up on the back. You do not need to take your electrodes off every single time the unit gets turned off, okay? You can just let it turn off, keep this on your belt while the electrodes are still in the back. You can leave it hooked up all day if you want, and you turn it on as you need it, okay? We tell people, don't use this 24/7, okay? Because your body will get used to it after a while, and it's not going to be as effective. So you're using it when you're in a lot of discomfort, or if you know you're going to do an activity that might be a little sore and you just want a little help keeping that pain level down, would be a good time to use it. So I like to get, an hour or two in between sessions, just to give that a rest a little bit. But you do not need to take the electrodes off. Every time you take them off and put them back on, you lose that stickiness. And so it typically will turn itself off. You can set the timer, you can adjust the timer on most of these units so that it turns itself off. And oftentimes these units will have a locking mechanism so that you can't accidentally increase the intensity on the unit while you're using it. So TENS unit, is transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, basically electrical stimulation going through the skin. I talked about all the things you should not do it on. You can use it for things like tendinitis, bursitis, chronic back pain, chronic knee pain, arthritis. After surgery, it can be used. And, I really don't like people using this without some sort of medical guidance. So be sure to connect with a therapist and or your doctor and ask about the unit. And oftentimes we just do fittings and we teach people how to use it, and that just makes it a lot easier. And you also want to make sure that you rule out all those other complications or precautions when it comes to using a TENS unit. If you folks have any questions about TENS units, leave a message in the comments section of this video, and I'd be more than happy to get back to you about how to use this better, and maybe what types of diagnoses it can be used for. But thank you so much for watching today. If you liked today's video, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, tell your friends about us, and I hope we can help you find some relief in a good, safe way. Take care.